Hello students, welcome you all to my YouTube channel. As you know, this channel is fit for ICSE Physics. Uh, Here, today we are going to talk over a topic called heat. Heat energy. It's a part one. Here we are going to discuss more about heat, effects of heat, what are the consequences of it. I'll come near you very soon with another topic uh, of global warming or greenhouse effect. It's the part two. So here, if we look the starting only heat or thermal energy. Thermo is a Greek word which means heat. So heat energy also known as thermal energy. So let's start our topic heat. So what we can say is the heat. First thing to know that heat is an energy. Energy which is having no mass, no volume, only can be felt by our sense organ. Inside a matter, it will come to the kinetic theory of matter. Matter are consisting of different particles, and particles are always in a constant random motion, which is also called Brownian motion. Because of their position, because of their motion, they exert or they possess two type of energy. One is kinetic energy, one is potential energy. The total amount of all kinetic and potential energy of all the particles inside a matter or the internal kinetic energy of the matter is known as thermal energy or heat energy. Heat energy always move from a hot body which is having more amount of heat to the cold body which is having less amount of heat. And here you can see that heat is flowing from one body to another. When will come when any object will gain the heat, absorb the heat, its kinetic energy increase. So they try to move apart, the state change, different effects will get. So here we'll get another term. Before going to that term, let us discuss about the unit of heat. As heat is a form of energy, energy having the SI unit joule. So heat also having the SI unit joule. It is having a CGS unit. In CGS system, it is having the unit called arc. And if we'll take the relationship between these two, joule and arc, we'll get 1 joule equal to 10 to the power 7 arc. But when we will come to nutrition, when we'll come to the food, in that unit we are using for energy is the calorie. 1 calorie is nearly equal to 4.2 joule, and 1 kilocalorie, as we know that kilo is a prefix used for 1000. So 1 kilocalorie equal to 1000 calorie. And another word, another term used here, the temperature. Because directly we are not having any instrument to measure energy, so we are measuring the intensity, the amount of hotness or coldness, the degree of hotness or coldness, the amount of it contained in your body can be measured by temperature. Temperature indicate that heat is flowing from which side to which side, because it always flow from a hot body to cold body, and hot body having more temperature, cold body having less temperature. That means it always flow from a higher temperature to lower temperature. When heat will flow, hot body or the body which is in higher temperature lose the heat, gradually temperature decrease, whereas the cold body which is having temperature less, gradually its temperature increase. And when both will come to equal temperature or same temperature, that condition of equilibrium is called thermal equilibrium. And temperature is a measurable quantity. It can be measured by using a thermometer. And this temperature having the SI unit Kelvin. As temperature having three units, degree Celsius, degree Fahrenheit, and Kelvin. And all these three are interrelated to each other. If we look this relation here, in this relation, we'll get that Celsius and Fahrenheit. Celsius C equal to 5 by 9 into F minus 32, where F is the Fahrenheit. And why we are using 32? Because 32 is the lower fixed point of Fahrenheit scale. Another one, if we look here, Celsius and Kelvin. Kelvin minus 273 is equal to degree Celsius. Means degree Celsius plus 273 will get the Kelvin. And Kelvin is the SI unit. Kelvin also called absolute scale. Why it is called absolute scale? Because in Kelvin scale there is no negative reading. Because at 0 Kelvin all molecular motion stop, all molecular motion ceases. After that, practically it is not possible that temperature can go down 0 Kelvin. That 0 Kelvin is called absolute zero because the zero in the absolute scale, which is equal to minus 273 degrees Celsius. And when we'll come to the difference between heat and temperature, heat is a form of energy. How will get that heat? Because the random motion of the particle inside a matter. Temperature determines which source heat will flow from which side to which side. Temperature is the degree of hotness or coldness, whereas heat is only a feeling. Heat cannot be measured, but temperature can be measured by using a device. SI unit of heat equal to joule, whereas SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. Heat can be measured by a principle of calorimetry. What is the principle of calorimetry? Principle of calorimetry actually means that when a hot body and cold body in direct contact with each other, hot body will lose the heat, cold body will gain that heat. The amount of heat lost by a hot body, the amount of heat lost by a hot body is always equal to amount of heat gained by a cold body in an isolated system. Means when there is no loss of energy. When there is no loss of energy, the amount of heat lost by a hot body is always equal to amount of heat gained by a cold body. That is called principle of calorimetry. Principle of calorimetry only used to calculate the amount of heat gained or lost by any object, but temperature directly measured by using a thermometer. So temperature is a measurable quantity, whereas heat is not a measurable quantity. But by giving the heat, what are the effects we'll get inside a body? So effects of heat. If we'll come to the effects of heat, there are three effects of heat. First effect, it changes the state, solid to liquid, liquid to gas, by, by the absorption of heat or by absorbing heat. But once the heat released, gas changes to liquid, liquid to solid. Then next one is thermal expansion. Thermal expansion means by giving the heat when the size will increase. Change in temperature means by when a body absorbs the heat, when the body gets the heat, its temperature increase, whereas the body lose the heat, release the heat, temperature decrease. So now we'll come to the discussion that what is the thermal expansion? How a body will increase length, area, or volume. So next is the point is thermal expansion. What is the thermal expansion mean? Thermal expansion means thermal means heat, energy. Expansion means a size will increase. When a body increases size by absorbing the heat, by taking the heat, it is called thermal expansion. Thermal expansion can be possible in length, in area, or in volume. In case of length, it is called linear expansion. In case of area, it is called superficial expansion or areal expansion. In case of volume, it is called cubical expansion. For length, linear expansion. For area, superficial or areal expansion. For volume, it is called cubical expansion. But whenever we take a body with the increase in temperature, size increase, expansion. With the decrease in temperature, size decrease, contraction. If we get the reverse, then what will happen? Means by increasing the temperature, if the size decrease, by decreasing the temperature, if the size increase, then that abnormal behavior is called anomalous expansion. Anomalous expansion means when a body expands on cooling but contracts on heating. In the reverse behavior, will get anomalous expansion. Different elements, different substances are showing this anomalous expansion. If we'll come to the example, here silver iodide. Silver iodide, AgI. Silver iodide is showing its anomalous expansion between 80 degrees Celsius to 141 or 141 degrees Celsius. Silica showing the silicon oxide, which is showing its anomalous expansion below 80 degrees Celsius. And another one, the most commonly used liquid, which is also known as universal solvent, that is also having the anomalous expansion water. So we are going to discuss now what are the consequences of anomalous expansion of water, what is anomalous expansion of water, and in which temperature it will show this reverse behavior. Now it is anomalous expansion of water. Anomalous expansion of water means whenever water will tend, water is having this activity or this property between 0 degree to 4 degrees Celsius. Means with the increase in temperature from 0 to 4 degrees Celsius, gradually the size of water cannot increase length, water cannot increase the area. So what it can increase? The volume. So the volume of water from 0 to 4 degrees Celsius with the increase in temperature now 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. With the increase in temperature gradually the volume of water decrease, whereas 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. With the decrease in temperature, volume of water increase. And here it becomes less dense, means density, mass per unit volume, mass by volume. With the increase in volume, density decrease. With the decrease in volume, density increase. Means from 0 to 4 degrees Celsius, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Once the volume decrease, density increase, more dense. 4 to 0 degrees Celsius, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Decrease in temperature, increase in volume. So, density decrease, which is the less dense. More dense means density high, less dense means density less. So, if we come to the graph means a pictorial representation which shows the variation between any two quantities. Here you can see a graph between temperature and volume. So graph first is coming down to a temperature. Which temperature it is? 4 degrees Celsius. From 4 again it is increasing. That means up to 4, 0 to 4 volume decrease, and from 4 onwards volume increase. So we'll get in case of density reverse. In density case 0 to 4 density increase, and 4 onwards density decrease. That means at 4 degrees Celsius it is having volume minimum but density maximum. So water has maximum density at 4 degrees Celsius. So because of anomalous expansion of water, is there any advantage or disadvantage? That one we are going to discuss now. Now it is the consequences of anomalous expansion, or application or advantages of anomalous expansion. So what are the consequences or disadvantage or advantage of anomalous expansion? We are going to discuss here. First one, if we look, during rainy season when uh, water will go inside the rocks and temperature now gradually decreasing from 4 degree to 0 degree Celsius. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Due to anomalous behavior of water, due to anomalous expansion of water, size of water gradually increase. So they need now more space. That to get the space, rock will not expand, because of which water exert a deep pressure or water exert a high pressure on the surface of rock, because of which rocks gradually break. So the breaking down of rock is called weathering, and different type of weathering in that: mechanical weathering, chemical weathering, biological weathering. So because of anomalous behavior of water, because of anomalous expansion of water, also weathering can be possible. Another one, if we do, in this, water pipeline breaks or burst or crack during winter. Why it will crack? Because whenever temperature in a cold country's winter night it is going from 4 to 0 degrees Celsius, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 is uh, expand its volume increase. they need now more space, but water pipe will not expand, because of which water will keep the pressure or exert the pressure on the surface of pipe. So, because of the pressure of high pressure of water, the weak part of that pipe burst. To overcome this, to stop this, we are using an insulating cover over this pipe so that pipe will not burst during winter. Another one, it will take a plastic bottle. In this type of a bottle, it will keep the water up to the top and will keep inside the freezer. Once the temperature of the water inside this bottle will come from 43210. In that range between 4 degree to 0 degree Celsius, it will keep the water up to the top. Now water expand. Once the water expand, for this we are not having any space inside this bottle. So water will keep the force or apply the force this area. So force by area is called pressure. So exert pressure on this cap, because of which this cap may come or bottle may burst. So another one example or another one consequence it will come, which is the advantage of this anomalous expansion. This is the anomalous expansion of water, which helps in preserving aquatic life during very cold weather. Means aquatic life means the animal plants which are living inside the water. Once the temperature gradually decrease in cold countries or in that area when the temperature is going very low, temperature decrease means now they lose the heat. Gradually heat release to the atmosphere, so the temperature of water is decreasing. So once the heat release, temperature is decreasing from the normal to the 4 up to 4, no problem. But after 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, in that case, it will release the heat and upper surface of the water gradually cool down and upper surface will change into ice. And as the ice is poor conductor of heat, it will not allow the heat now to escape. Means whatever the heat will come from down will stop by this ice. For that reason, inside this, aquatic plant and animal can easily survive at 4 degrees Celsius. But upper part, if we look of that pond of that water body, that is having a piece of ice, a layer of ice. This anomalous expansion. Anomalous expansion also have another effect. In this one line, people look destruction of crop during very cold night. What is that? Destruction of water in destruction of crop during very cold night means in winter season in cold countries when the temperature is going very low and all the crops inside their vein, xylem and phloem, you read in biology. The water inside that, when the temperature outside will go to 0 degree, the water will freeze. Because of which, once the water freeze inside the vein, inside the capillary tube of uh, plants, plants will not able to survive. So, it is the destruction of crop. So, how we can save the crop? We cannot use any blanket for them. So, for them, we are using another technique. Farmer will put a layer of water on the field. Water will not allow the heat to escape soon. Water will not cool down soon. It will not become hot soon, because of which it can save to the crop. So this anomalous expansion, this anomalous behavior of water experimentally proved by a scientist, and this scientist is T.C. Hope, which is called Hope's experiment. Hope experiment is the experimental verification of anomalous behavior of water. So in Hope experiment, we'll get a setup. So who gave this? This one given by T.C. Hope, scientist, the mathematician. He was a mathematician also. So T.C. Hope given a structure of experimental setup. In this experimental setup, is a this one is a metallic cylinder. Here we are having two thermometers, T1 at the top, T2 at the bottom. In the middle, we have kept a freezing mixture. Freezing mixture means ice with salt. And inside this, we have kept water. And this use of freezing mixture will look when we'll come to the total discussion of this experiment. After the setup, because this one we are not giving any heat from outside. Here, water now in normal temperature, let is 20 degrees Celsius. Because we have kept here the freezing mixture, means we kept here the ice. This ice will cool the water in the central part. Because of which, when it will cool down, cold water now having more density will go down, and this water will go up to replace that part because of convection. Convection is the process by which it transfers from one body to another by the actual movement of the medium. So water from here will go up and cold water from central side will come down. And once it will come down, all the cold water will come to this place, means this temperature reading will get in the thermometer T2. So once it will come to 4 degree, now 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. In that time water will not compress, it will expand. So expansion time, now this water again will expand, means its volume increase. Now it is going upward. Once this water will start moving upward, upper part of water again will come to the down. So cold, this water from down, it is going up, means to replace, to take that place, upper water will come down. So upper thermometer now reading will change. Because before in the room temperature, now the temperature in the first thermometer will gradually change. And it can come, or it will come to, from the room temperature will come to 0 degrees Celsius. Means because of this freezing mixture, because of this ice, or because of the central part of water which is cooling down, because of which the lower temperature or the lower thermometer got the temperature 4 degrees Celsius, whereas upper thermometer got the 0 degrees Celsius. Means there is change in the temperature in these two thermometer for the same water because of this ice in the middle, and which shows that water is having the anomalous behavior, which shows that water is expanding from 4 to 0. Otherwise, if it will not expand, then what will happen? The upper thermometer will remain in room temperature, the lower thermometer can come to 0 or any down temperature, below temperature. But one is remaining at 4 and one is coming to 0. That shows that after 4 degree, water is having the expansion. The Hope experiment to prove anomalous behavior of water. We got here anomalous behavior of water. We got here different effects of it. We got the consequences of anomalous expansion. We got here what is heat and their units and how they are interrelated to each other. Next video, I'll come near you with another topic, that is global tension now, that is global warming or greenhouse effect. So for this, to get some new videos of physics, what you have to do, you know,